collection of all of Smashing Pumpkins' history, many known songs, and a few. We have a song by David Bowie and also a song by Kiss. So it's a fun show. We're playing 3 songs from the new Pumpkins album, Oceania. We're playing Quasar, Panopticon, and Oceania, the title track. So they fit very nice in the overall Smashing Pumpkins world.
I'm so alone, but better than a wretched world, better than a broken pearl.
It's sort of a mixture of all the Smashing Pumpkins eras. So it's a bit psychedelic, it's a bit grunge, it's a bit heavy, it's a bit sad, it's a bit pretty. So it has all the different influences all together and maybe some new influences. And so we feel very good about it because I think Smashing Pumpkins at this point doesn't have to be any particular band. And in many ways, maybe that's the strongest Smashing Pumpkins, where it can just be all the things I like to do all together. Mostly classical music. I listen to a lot of classical music lately. I think that as pop music becomes very formula and more, I say it's just like a bunch of McDonald's commercials together. I think the only way that you can write something more beautiful is to engage with more melody. And if you want more melody, well, you turn to masters like Beethoven or Mozart because it's such a high level of melody. And so I'm trying to elevate my mind to write higher level of melody that, say, beyond typical pop. We're trying to build a model outside of the traditional record model where fans will want to buy certain recordings, but we have to do it in a way where because of the way the internet goes, the free downloading, you have to make sure there's a certain number of fans who maybe want to buy the recording before you make the recording, because we're not a record company, but we can still offer these recordings direct to our fans. So we're trying to work that out. We have a website called SPRC, Smashing Pumpkins Record Club, and so we're trying to build a new business model where we can make recordings available direct to fans. It's sort of operational now, but it's sort of not really close to where I want it to be because we have a lot of unreleased music. We've been putting out the original Pumpkins albums again, so we've already put out Gish and Siamese, we're now putting out Pisces Iscariot, and then the end of this year will be Melancholy, Aeroplane Flies High with extra tracks and video. So once those releases are out, then maybe we can put things out digital only as opposed to CD releases, because obviously then the costs are easier if you just put online. But you have to make sure that you just don't put on and 5 people buy and then everyone shares it. So it's very difficult that way. Portuguese people, to me, from my perspective as coming here for many years, they're very humble, they're very sweet people, very kind, they're very respectful of me whenever I come here, but probably the best audience in the world for music because they have such passion for music. It must be in the Portuguese soul. It's just a great place for a band to play because you feel like, okay, this is why we make music, because it makes people happy like this. And this is the best feeling. Now, we don't necessarily have a consistent folk tradition. Like even last night I was switching channels and I saw fado music on TV. In America, if you're switching channels, you don't see American folk music or even American blues. You just don't see it. It's not part of our everyday culture. And so I think the Portuguese people are benefit from fado being part of their national conversation.
Lisboa, menina e moça, menina, da luz que os meus olhos veem tão pura, teus seios são as colinas, varinas.
I just like the old part of the city. I feel like, you know, Lisbon's one of those unique places, sort of like Liverpool, where it's a port city, and because it's been a port city for thousands of years, the influences here are very rich and varied. It's multicultural. You don't feel like, oh, it's just this one thing. You feel this, the whole world is here. And it's represented in the bones of the city, and you feel that. And that's, to me, that's very appealing to me as a musician and as an artist, because I think it's more interesting to put things together. I don't like when musicians only make one kind of music and say, this is who I am. I just don't believe that. That's not human life. Human life is very varied. So as an artist, I like to find places that I feel that sense of where things mix together. Tangier is another place like that, where you feel this strange mix of things and you can't understand, but you know that it's there.